Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you're joining me again. My name is Sasha Reed. Today I've got a design team haul. This is from Surprise Creation. They sent me a few items for their April release. It came after the May release, so these ones are all available online. They've been online for a little while. I've cut them all out for you to have to let you have a little look and see what they're like. And so yeah, let's get started. So first up, I have this die set here. All their dies from this month's release are all sort of basically planner dies. So I think the idea behind these is that you can either make your own book and make your own little planner, notebook, journal, travel book, that kind of thing. Or I'm assuming that these would be fairly standard size holes and that you could put thes into your planner. So if you've got a planner with a ring binder in it, then you could slot these in as like page dividers or extra pages. It's quite cool, quite clever. There's lots of videos out there from other design team members, so make sure you check them out as well. You should be able to search under something like Surprise Creation Design Team, and you should be able to see various videos from various design team members. So we've got this die set here. It's quite large. I ran every one of these through my Big Shot, so they all fit in a Big Shot. Here's my standard size card, and you can see it's quite large. So if I put that on there, it kind of gives you an idea of how big it is. Again, these are for like a planner, for like some kind of journal type thing. So I die cut them all out. So you've got your base shape, which is this dark pink here. It's got this beautiful stitching all the way around. And then that one can layer right on top. And then you've got these really sweet little dies here. I love these. I love any kind of label die. So they're really cute, and they've got beautiful stitching on them as well. And then you get these two little pieces here, one smaller than the other. Next up is this set here. This one is quite sweet. It's got two inner layering pieces, die layering pieces, and then three sort of shapes. So this one here is your outside edge. This is a standard size card, so you can see it's quite large. It does fit in the Big Shot though. Then you've got this layering piece here. You've got another layering piece like that. And then if you cut them together, you get these two shapes. If you cut them separately, you get these three shapes here. So quite versatile. Obviously it's a double stitched edge. So you got this beautiful double stitched edging on it. So if you cut them together, you can get that lovely little border. And that border will be really sweet if you layer it onto something like the die you've cut it out of. You can layer it on top and have a nice little edge. You could do a little shaker or something like that. So that is that one. Then we've got this door one. So you've got this outside edge and then a set of doors and a window at the top. Now if you cut the base out and it looks like this. Then if you cut the door out with the base, so that's using all the pieces together. So if you use those together, you then get this shape. And the window has got obviously the perforation along the bottom, so you can fold it down, so you can make it like it pops out. Like that. And then the doors, I remember watching the lady who created it, and she said she didn't make the dies cut all the way to the top and the bottom because sometimes people don't want them to open. So she left it as is like that. And then you can just snip it yourself and then they just open up. So pretend I'm doing this with scissors and not ripping it. And then it opens up and you can crease it along the perforation there and have a little opening door. And then obviously these are just the little squares that it cuts out and you get a load of those. Then we have this one here, which you get 3 inner layers and your outer piece. And you also get this sort of brick wall effect, which is quite cool. So that one looks like that. Again, this is a standard size card. So you've got that wavy edge around the edge, then you've got a layer for the inside, that layer, and then that layer, and then you've got this sort of brick wall, which is quite sweet. Lastly are these ones here. Now I didn't cut these ones out, they are just literally the holes for the side of the album. The die cuts along the top and just this first bit here. So if you run it through your machine, you can make your page as long or as short as you like, and then you just trim it with your paper trimmer. So you've got these various edges for your book. Then last but not least, we have a set, a whole bunch of rectangular dies. So these are all the ones I'm going to share with you now, 11 by 14 centimeters, or 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, which is the standard American size. I think it's the standard size for a lot of the world actually. But you got the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So all these next dies that I'm sharing with you are all that that size as the outer edge, and then you've got your layers going in. Okay. So if you cut the two first ones, the outer ones, you get this lovely little edge. So the edge you get is about 1/4 inch all the way around. So if you wanted to do a border or a shaker die, a shaker card, then you can get 1/4 inch when you combined any two of those together. So this is all the straight edge cut. So I did just the two biggest ones to kind of share with you. So it looks like that if you layer it. Next we have the wavy edge. Again, these are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 on the largest. And if you do them together, then you get this lovely 1/4 inch border all the way around. So that's the border, what it looks like. If you cut them in layers, then that's how they look. Next is the double stitched. So it's stitched on the outside and inside, which is quite nice. So I did my sandwich a bit tight, and now my dies are a bit warped a little bit, but they still cut absolutely fine. So again, if you do the two together, you get about 1/4 inch border. This one I did a little bit wonky. I didn't line it up. I didn't use tape. But you get the double stitched edge. You can see that double stitched edge there. Really, really lovely. If you cut them out as layers, that is how they look when you layer them on top of each other. Then lastly we have this one, which looks like a stitch edge, but it's actually dots. So it's got a dotted edge on it. Like so. And if you cut two together, that's what it looks like there. And if you layer them together, you get this look. So that is my entire surprise creation haul. I will be hopefully making with some of these soon. Stay tuned to my channel. We are all in lockdown across the world basically, and I have got some crafts that I'm going to share with you that involve very, very minimal supplies, no dies, no fancy tools. So stay tuned to my channel if you need some inspiration of things to do with kids, or if you would like some stuff to do at home and you've got minimal supplies. I will be having some videos coming up soon with loads of ideas. So take care, happy crafting, stay in and stay safe. Bye.